Alright, so I am now fully caught up on the My Hero Academia manga, and I just gotta say before we get into this chapter review, the My Hero Academia War arc has been nothing but phenomenal. Just about everything. I've been loving this arc, especially the parts where Deku snapped against Shigaraki after seeing Bakugo get hit by Shigaraki's force activation quirk tentacles, and seeing how things went down when Shigaraki tried to steal One For All in the Vicious world. It's been really hype, but what's also hype is what happened in this most recent chapter. Gigantomachia and the League had made their way into the battlefield, the main battlefield. So let's talk about My Hero Academia chapter 289, A Secretive Person. So this chapter begins with Iida and Nejire are making their way into the main battlefield where Shigaraki is at. But Nejire is questioning why Iida is coming along because Endeavor made a request chapters back that heroes that can fly needs to come to the battlefield ASAP. And since Iida can't fly, this is almost suicide because the way Shigaraki's decay quirk works, if you can't fly, you're pretty much done. So Nejire is asking Iida, why are you tagging along with us? But Iida responds saying that if it's a matter of breaking the rules, I will gladly accept the penalty. 3 of my classmates have not come back yet, and among those 3 have saved me time and time again. What Iida is referring to here is how many times that Deku and Shoto have saved him in a battle of Stain. He is showing us that this is something that he will never forget because Iida is a very strict person. He doesn't like breaking the rules, but ever since this moment of Stain, his mindset changed. Even though he was struggling with it back in Kamino arc, he is showing us here that no matter what it takes to save his friends, even if it means breaking the law, then he will do it. That is the pure spirit of Ingenium right there. We then see Shigaraki and Deku are both falling from the sky. After Shigaraki tried to take One For All from Deku, Shoto flies up again and saves Deku. So he is carrying Bakugo and Endeavor and has Deku on his back. Like Shoto, this arc has been the MVP of saving people from falling from the sky. Like it's been nobody else. Shoto also informs us that Bakugo and Deku are still alive, but Deku, he's still moving around, but we all know the inevitable. Deku can't do a single thing at this point on. Like he used too much of his quirk and multiple quirks at that. He's done. But Shigaraki, he's not giving up. You see that he's in a conversation debating All For One. All For One is telling him to stop, but Shigaraki refuses. He's not stopping. And Shigaraki is telling All For One, you cannot tell me what to do. So I really don't see after this arc, I don't see their relationship being the same after this, because I truly believe that it's going to get to a point where Shigaraki is going to get sick and tired of All For One getting into his head and trying to control everything he wants to do. Like Shigaraki, at this point, he feels as though he is his own boss. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an arc where they break into Tartarus and Shigaraki kills All For One just so he can have this freedom to do whatever he wants. But a part of me feels as though killing All For One, he probably would still be in Shigaraki's head. But we'll say that for a whole different video. However, we do see Shigaraki holding himself up by using his force activation quirk tentacles, and the design of this is crazy. Like he looks just like Doc Ock in Spider-Man. And obviously, we already know that Horikoshi is a huge comic book head, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was a direct reference to it. Iida and Nejire finally show up in the main battlefield, and we see that Nejire is using her wave motion quirk, blasting away Shigaraki's activation quirk. And I like this because out of the big 3, she really never had a big moment compared to Tamaki and Mirio, where Mirio and Tamaki both had huge moments in the overhaul arc. She was just more there for support. However, the downside though, in this moment of the chapter, is against Shigaraki. So I don't think that her moment compared to the moments that we've seen from Tamaki Mirio, I don't think she will have a moment like this in this arc. I think this is the worst arc for it because it's against Shigaraki. So I think that she'll probably do something significant, but not crazy like on their level. So I think that we gotta wait probably the next arc or so. So after we see that Shoto tells Iida to take everyone and run, which is a great idea, we see that Nejire looks to the side and she sees Ryukyu badly injured. And then she looks back at Shigaraki and gives him an angry look. And I thought her angry look was just so cute. Like it wasn't intimidating at all. I think the way that Horikoshi just drew this character is almost impossible for her to look angry and look intimidated. The next part of this chapter again picks up with Ochako and Toga continue on their battle in the Dark House. However, during this entire battle, Toga was trying to have a conversation with Ochako the entire time. Toga is telling Ochako that whenever she really likes someone, she has this strong desire to be just like them, and how others just don't think like her. Toga also informs Ochako that she once transformed into her and killed somebody using her quirk and letting her know how wonderful it is. And we see the reaction of Ochako. She has this disturbing look and she tries to attack her with her grappling hooks while Toga counters it with her syringes and sends her flying. Toga then picks up the All Might doll that Ochako dropped, and she said, "What is this? Is this important to you?" Which was the gift that Deku gave to Ochako on Christmas. And Toga tells Ochako that, you know what, we are the same, because they both like Deku. And Toga lets Ochako know that she knew the entire time, and she knows that Midoriya must have gave you this toy. But she isn't denying it. And just by denying it, this gives Toga her answer. And then we see Ochako using one of her special moves with her grappling hook called Zero Satellites, and she was able to do this by touching everything, pretty much a lot of things in the room, while she was stumbling fighting Toga, which I thought was a pretty good move. But while Toga is still trying to have a conversation with Ochako, Ochako tells her that if your lifestyle of hurting others is irresistible to you, I'll have you take responsibilities of your actions. And Toga, she looks up at Ochako with tears in her eyes saying like, yeah, you're right. And Froppy interrupts the entire thing, charging in with the battle, saving Ochako. However, what's really sad about this is that when Toga escaped, we see that Ochako noticed that she was crying. She tells Froppy that she disappeared and why she was crying. I saw her crying. And we see that Toga is telling the league that, hey guys, I'm coming back. I got my answer. But she is crying. I think the last words that Ochako said to Toga really hit her in the heart, because she's crying and she's tearing up, and I think she knows that what she does is wrong, but that is just who she is, and she wants to be like the people that she likes the most, and she knows that she can never be like Ochako. And I think that Toga realized that she is too far gone, and we know that this rematch is going to happen again, so I think this conversation is going to continue on once they fight again. However, on the last part of this chapter, on the main battlefield with Shigaraki, the heroes are hearing this rumbling noise, and they all looking up, turning around, and they just hearing this rumbling noise getting closer, closer, and closer. And it is Gigantomachia with the League of Villains on his back. You see everyone, and I just love the face that Dabi has, looking at Shoto and Endeavor in the same spot, and he's like, has his hand on his chin, thinking as if like, you know what, how can I expose this family? How should I pull it to the public? And I think that's what he's thinking, you know, like Dabi is going to get revealed that he is Toya Todoroki. I just think it's 100% confirmed at this point that he is, unless, you know, Horikoshi does a complete 180, but I think at this point, like, that's clearly Toya Todoroki. However, the bad thing about this though, Gigantomachia is there, Endeavor is done, Deku is done, Bakugo is done, Iida and Nejire ain't doing a single thing. Like, I don't see them doing anything effectively against Gigantomachia. This is really bad because majority of the heroes that are there are pretty much done. We know that Shigaraki is slowing down because Shoto did say earlier this chapter that his regeneration is slowing down, but still, Gigantomachia is ready to go all out. The only way I can see this plan of the heroes escaping is from what we've seen from last chapter. In chapter 288, we see someone flying in a cargo, which looks like carbon fiber cables, and we know that this has to be Best Jeanist. Probably because we see that from this panel in 288 that someone is mysterious. We just see the arm, but the outfit looks like Best Jeanist. And the carbon fiber cables looks just like what we saw in Vigilantes. When Best Jeanist used this in Vigilantes, he used the carbon fiber cables to stop a tower from falling down. And we see in 288, that chapter, it was a lot of carbon fiber there. So I think that he will use this against Gigantomachia and all the league just so the heroes can escape. And I think that would be his huge return there. But that is my thoughts on that. But overall, I think this was a solid chapter. It almost felt like more of a setup chapter, just like how the Black Clover chapter was yesterday when I reviewed it. It felt like a setup chapter too. So next chapter may be the huge finale of this arc. But overall, this chapter I give it about a 7 out of 10. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like if you want to see more My Hero Academia reviews from me, make sure to show your support by hitting the like button. It will let me know that you guys want to see more of this. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and notification bells on, because my plan is to do My Hero content every weekly. And we're not ready for the theories yet, like the long, crazy theories like I do with the Black Clover content. Like, we ain't ready for that yet. But we will get there. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that's on the description. Join my Discord, that's in the description as well. And I also noticed that, guys, we hit 20K on the channel. I appreciate the support you guys have been showing lately. Like, you guys know my goal has been trying to hit 20K before the year ends, and we hit it with 2 months left in the year. So you guys are amazing. I appreciate the support a lot. It means so much to me. And you guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.